So another item on the list that we've been needing to do for a little while is a couple of small repairs to the hood. So Dotty's had a replacement vinyl hood at some point in the past, fairly recently, and the hood actually is in really good condition. The back window is nice and free of any kind of tears or scratches. It's not gone milky or anything. The only thing letting it down on the driver's side here, just behind the kind of the rain channel, there are a couple of little tears. There's one there and one there. And I think what's happened, this is where the roof's been pinched as it's been folded down at some point. So we've got a repair kit, and we're going to have a go at adding some reinforcing kind of mesh to the back of the repair, just to see if we can kind of stabilize this a little bit. We're not going to make it invisible, but luckily when the little rain gutter is up, it's pretty much hidden. So as long as we can get something that will help keep the rain out, we'll go more for kind of strength and a durable repair rather than necessarily making it pretty, because as I say, hopefully it's going to be hidden. So we'll have a look at the contents of the kit, and then we'll get round to installing the repair section. So this is the soft top repair kit that Matt's picked up. So we've got a tube of adhesive which will help to hold the reinforcement patches in place. A little applicator that comes with some gloves and a selection of repair tape. So this is a kind of a long strip. There's sort of 3 sections there, or a couple of circles for bigger holes. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut a couple of little patches from this tape, because we've only got a couple of small holes to fill. So there we go. We'll cut out those. It's probably a little longer than we need, so we'll just shorten that down a little bit. And now what we'll do is we'll move out to the car, and we'll have a go at sticking the 2 parts of the hood back together. Okay, so I've moved inside Dotty now. I've got the roof up, and it's been sitting in the sunshine to warm it up nicely. So hopefully you can see here, these are the 2 areas that we need to repair. So I've cut the little repair tape, and what we're going to do is to bond those over the inside, something like that and like that, and hopefully just to kind of pull the 2 halves of the roof back together a little bit. So I'm going to start off by applying the adhesive. So it comes in a little toothpaste tube. Apologies if the camera is bouncing a little bit, because I've got it set up inside the car here, so it's resting on one of the seats, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just squeezing out a small quantity of the repair adhesive, and the instructions say to ensure that we overlap by at least 5mm all the way around. Actually, 5mm is not a lot, so I think we'll go for a little bit bigger than that, just to really make sure. I'm wearing the gloves. I've got my mask on as well, because it's we don't know what this stuff is like. It might be quite strongly solvent based, I suspect, and might niff a little bit. So just spreading out the adhesive there over the repair area. And we'll do the second one here. So I've just unsnapped the front hood stud fixing here from the top of the windscreen, just to give us a little bit better access to this repair. As I say, it's sort of hidden up behind the hood frame in normal use, which is handy, but the repair is not going to be in a very visible area. So I'm just stabilizing that with my finger from behind. So it looks a little bit like sort of thick rubbery sellotape, this. That's slightly adhesive, and we're just going to settle that into place over the back of the repair, making sure that it's pushed down nicely. And I will go outside in a moment and just check that it's all stuck from the outside as well, because that's where obviously see it more. So I'll just cut the second patch, take the backing paper off again. And this one's going to be a little bit harder to get in place. The patch is a little bit over long. Might trim that off again in a bit. So that's the adhesive added to the repair from the back. And what I'll do now is go outside and just try and flatten it off from the outside, make sure that that's fitting okay. Okay, so we've come topside now, and I'm just going to try and smooth the two halves of the repair patch. I'm just backing it up with my fingers from the inside, just to kind of make sure that both halves are flat and that they're well stuck to that repair patch that you saw me glue on a moment ago. So there we go. So that's gluing the two halves of that repair together quite nicely. So I think what we'll do now is we'll leave that and come back to that in a little while and just see how everything's set up